Is there anything that you can point to that you think the current federal government is doing wrong? An example.
Well, I think in my opening comments, I would say that I would reinforce the measures that the government is doing or is proposed in C12. In the interest of your time, I won't go into further detail on that, but that is one example that's directly relevant to this. Secondly,
but you can't think of anything that they've done wrong.
Well,
so it's just a short, very short question.
Well, I'm giving an answer, if I may. The second thing I would do is I recommend that the government does and Parliament does, is that for the investment tax credits that are rightly, as my understanding in the budget, address carbon capture and storage and green hydrogen, I would expand the application of that to at least all 43.1, all technologies under 43.1. The tax code, and I would review
that's a good
that basket and expand it. So it depends on your definition of wrong. I mean, I think that more can be done. And
can I ask you a question about your windmills? You boasted a lot about the windmills that Brookfield has. How many birds have those windmills killed?
I have no idea.
Okay, because conservation groups in the United States estimate that windmills kill. By 2030, they'll be killing over 1.4 million birds, and that in 2012 they killed over 500,000 birds. Is that does that bother you at all, or do you think that's just the price of doing business and turning over a profit to your shareholders?
One of the things, Mr. Poilievre, is perhaps unlike you, I accept that climate change is real, and I'm aware that over the course of my lifetime, your lifetime, 70% of the mammals on Earth have and species have been reduced. That we are in the sixth. We're talking about the sixth mass extinction, and the issue to address it requires renewable energy.
And we're investing more in foreign oil as you're doing, and profiting off of the biggest emitting country in the world, in China. So thank you for your lecture and all that. But it's been pretty clear through your testimony today, if I could, that whether it's your refusal to commit to turning down these massive and unjustifiable subsidies in Ontario that have driven people into poverty and people to the food bank, whether it's your refusal to recognize the genocide in China against the Uyghurs for fear that you would lose out on business in that country, whether it's your false statement that your company is net zero when it's not net zero, or whether it is your decision to continue profiting off of foreign petroleum investments in the Middle East, in Latin America, while opposing our energy workers here at home, that your talk is really more hypocritical window dressing than it is actually environmental, social, and governance. And so, when we see people who come here with their big salaries and lecture working class people about why they should pay more for energy and have less jobs in energy in the resource sector, while you are protected and your company makes a fortune off of it, can you understand why people are just a little bit suspicious of the motives?
Mr. Poilievre, there's limited time to correct all the falsehoods in that, the premise of the statement, but let me go through. First, I was clear about the contribution of Brookfield, which is absolutely enormous to renewable energy, including in this country.
Is it net zero?
The equivalent, as I said, it is the only major asset manager that is on the path to net zero.
Is it net zero now, as you said? You claimed it was net zero.
Mr. Poilievre, may you let
please?
Sure.
The commitment to ethically sourcing and vendor management. I am committed. I'm absolutely committed to supporting, first, recognizing that there's an energy transition. Second, recognizing that by doing so, we can create huge jobs, huge opportunities across the energy sector. That thirdly, that isn't just going to happen. If we bicker and fight and debate, but don't move to actual policies, actual measures, we are not going to get Canadians the jobs and the futures that they deserve. We are not going to preserve our natural heritage. We are not going to address climate change. We are not going to have a stronger and more inclusive economy. I came here with a series of proposals. You have asked nothing about any of those proposals. You've betrayed no interest in any of the issues that will actually create a more sustainable future for other Canadians. You betrayed no interest in any of the comments of the experts and the entrepreneurs that came to this committee. We need more focus on solutions, Mr. Poilievre.
Thank you very much.